Good morning, ladies. I just tried this 3 times now, and I hope we're live. So if we are live, could you just press something so I know we're live? But I'm in my bathroom this morning, and I've got my reading glasses on, not just because I need to read things, but because I have such dark circles today that I'm feeling, let me hide behind a pair of reading glasses. And it's the kind of day that I might go out in the street and keep my reading glasses on so people can't see my dark circles. But anyway, that's why I'm wearing a shiny blouse. And today I want to talk about pigmentation, which some of you have asked me about too, and also you might know it as melasma. And melasma and pigmentation are when our skin changes, and it could change as a result of 3 or 4 things, but we get darker patches on our skin. So one of the reasons this happens is if you are pregnant, and it can be called pregnancy mask, and it will kind of go around this side and where, you know, your lower jaw, sometimes your nose. And some people get that. I got that quite strongly when I had Lila, and some people it just goes away, and other people it stays. They have the baby, the joy of that, and then they have this pregnancy mask. So that's a tricky one. I'm going to start as I'm talking to you using one product. But
Fiona and Patricia love your glasses.
Oh, thank you very much. They're from a Danish brand, actually. I love this brand. I'd like to tell you what they're called, but I can't see without my glasses. Federica.
Have a look.
Have a look. That's what they're called. Have a look. What a good name. So I'm just going to start off today because I need to cover my face with something. I can't bear to look at it. It's Brightening Vitamin C Scrub from Una Brenner, that lovely facialist who is available in Boots. But where were we? Okay, so one reason you might get pigmentation is if you've had a baby. Another reason you can get pigmentation is if you have a hormone change. So obviously having a baby is one of those, but going, you know, if you're taking hormone treatments of any kind for anything, it just promotes more of the skin discoloration.
Menopausal skin.
What?
Irene is saying menopausal.
Menopausal skin. I'm menopausal skin. We can have a whole blog on that, but this is one of the reasons that you'll get it. Another reason is going in the sun and having a skin that has a propensity to color change. So, you know, when I was younger, actually had a tremendous amount of freckles. So my skin was very reactive in the sun because, you know, my melanin is producing freckles to kind of protect my face in the sun. And if you're a very clear olive skin, you might not get it so much. And another reason, which I don't know how many of you know this, but it's a superficial pigmentation, is if you use fragrance in the sun. Now, I didn't know this, and I was always go whoosh, 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 whoosh. And then I used to get these brownish patches on my neck. And I realized after 10 years that was where I put my fragrance, and when I went in the sun with fragrance on, it would get worse. So I stopped now putting fragrance on my neck, and I always just spray down my front, and I sometimes use in the summer, if I wanted to use a fragrance, Diptyque, which does these wonderful candles, has this rollerball oil-based fragrance, and they have it in my favorite candle smell, which is fig figure, and I had that on there and just put it like that. But I kind of like that old-fashioned fragrance in the summer, like Estee Lauder did years ago with white linen, and it was in a sort of wax with a little vanity mirror. So anyway, getting back on to pigmentation.
Trinny.
Yeah.
Carrie is saying she's 39. She has melasma on her upper lip, nose, and cheekbones, and that has a big effect on her day-to-day life.
Okay.
She is very self-conscious.
Now, my darling, I empathize with you because I think it's something, you know, adult acne and melasma are things that they're very difficult to feel how you can cover them up. So today, what I'm going to cover is the products I use on a daily basis to help my pigmentation. I'm going to talk a little bit about the more invasive treatments you can do, and I'm going to talk about makeup covering up. So if I just start with, what should I see what I start with? So if we were very extreme, I'm going to start with you, darling, and I don't know what you've tried, but the person who helped me with bad pigmentation was Dr. Obagi. And Obagi is a brand that's been around quite a long time, based in America. And he has this vitamin C system, and you have to go and find an Obagi specialist. It's quite an extreme system, and it has in it hydroquinone, which is one of the biggest things that doctors might use, a hydroquinone cream, to help with pigmentation. And it has that in it. And you start off on this system. You do a cleanser, which is vitamin C based. Every product is vitamin C based. I don't have it here. I actually asked them to send me some so I could show you, ladies, but you'll have to go online, Dr. Obagi, and it will show this kind of specialists in London, in England, wherever you live, who have this guy. He has also a vitamin C serum, and it goes 10%, 15% or 20%. So I worked my way up, but I did his system for a month, and I did have pigmentation here, quite a lot of pigmentation. And also I had it from going in the sun, a bad sun damage. And funnily enough, if you are watching and you live in a hot country or watching this later, whichever side of the car you drive on, you might have more pigmentation on the side which hits the window, because your windows occasionally open, and sometimes in the car we don't think about sunscreen if you aren't in the habit of putting on every day. So I found, because in England we drive on the right hand side, that I had much more pigmentation on this side of my face than on this side of my face. Weird, but anyway, discover this. So there's nothing better than doing everything in your system in a vitamin C way. So I start with the scrub, the Una Brenner scrub, and there are many vitamin C scrubs. It's going to have the smallest amount of vitamin C in it, but it's important when you have pigmentation, I think, to keep exfoliating. And you can go and have a very strong exfoliation. So you know, when I talk about these more extreme treatments, microdermabrasion, which is now in this day and age a little bit of an old-fashioned treatment, which is when they go in and they have there's different ways you can do microdermabrasion. You can do it with little crystals, or you can have it with a sucking machine, but it really resurfaces your skin, not like a laser does. It's more, you know, imagine crushed up bits of crystal going on your face and kind of digging away at your skin. That sounds really gruesome, but it helps. It's helped me. I have done microdermabrasion when my skin was quite bad quite a few times, and it got resurfacing. There are different lasers you can do, so I'm going to take this off now. There's an Aurora laser which also deals with skin discoloration. So those all do help, and I have done all of these treatments, ladies, and my skin has hardly any pigmentation on it now, and I really did have bad pigmentation. But the day-to-day stuff, and there are many products out there that say they have vitamin C, and some of them have it good and some don't. So it's like what you spend, I think, is what you get, apart from one company, which is doing it cheaply. Yes?
Some people are saying that really concealers and color correctors don't work, but I think you're going to cover that.
I'm gonna cover that, because there's a bit of a technical way about doing color correction, so I'm going to cover that. But I'm just going to do now, because I'm feeling the need of it, a mask, and I'm going to do, what am I going to do? Now what am I going to do?
Really, Sharon is asking what happened to your bathroom.
Oh my God, it was a disaster. I have this glass cabinet here. Let me show you. Hang on. I have this glass cabinet here, which was full of, it used to be full of all of these, and the whole thing crashed. And I came in this weekend and there was glass all over the floor. There's all my products there. There's products there. There's products in the bathroom. You're probably feeling sick by now. Products here. I'm very anal about mess, and it's really slightly freaking me out. God. I was now going to do this. I do go back to the same olds, but having done a scrub, I would then do an enzyme mask. And there's so many enzyme masks out there. There are some organic ones I've got here. I don't want to sound repetitive, but I'm going to tell you, I always use similar things that I think work well. So, actually, I'm going to use this one. Yes, okay. Tarter Harper. So Tarter Harper, which is an American brand, well, it's out of Vermont, and I've spoken about them when I did my organic story, but they have this mask. I don't think I've shown you this mask yet. And this mask is an enzyme resurfacing mask. So anything with the word resurfacing, brightening, vitamin C are all important things for you to do every single day, because you, in the medium term solutions, it's that continual resurfacing your skin that's going to help with the vitamin C. So this mask doesn't have much tingling, but I've tried it 2 or 3 times and I'm liking it. I usually quite like to have a feeling something's working. I think my skin's been so worked over that I don't maybe have that feeling so much.
Trinny, Monica, I think, can relate to what you were saying, because she says during the summertime she gets some dark spots on her forehead,
Yeah.
which look awful, but and scrubbing doesn't help much.
Okay. Scrubbing doesn't help when if you're in the sun. So okay, whilst this mask is working, and for those of you also who are living in a hot country right now, I'm going to go through my favourite sunscreens. We're doing this all back and forth, but I've got them here, my favourite sunscreens that I use for people who suffer from pigmentation. So if you are living in a country where it's in winter now, I would say there is no harm in still doing an SPF 30, especially if you suffer from pigmentation. And one of my favourites, I just bought a new one today, is La Roche-Posay. I'm going to put it up here now slowly for you, because I won't write this till later. And they have a pigment relief section in La Roche-Posay, and I spoke about them briefly when I went to Boots last week. It's an SPF 30 and it helps with colour correcting and it evens out skin tone. So when companies say they're evening out skin tone, it can be simply that they have an SPF in their product and they can then sort of make that claim they're evening out skin tone because they're preventing you getting more sun damage. But La Roche-Posay has a little bit more than that in their product range. And I like this. I love the consistency of it. I'd like to put it on now, but I have my bloody mask on. It's sort of fluid, so if you need intense hydration, we'll just do that for you. It's creamy, but it's not really creamy. It's between a lotion and a cream. The smell, La Roche-Posay, it's like there is no smell, which is nice if you want to just have something very, very kind of pharmaceutical. Very great. I keep saying very, very hypothetic. Great SPF. Now, there is a range called Cosmetics, which I talk about sometimes, and they have a professional range. So Cosmetics is a sort of cosmetic and cosmeceutical company, and they have, I'll tell you what they have, which you might already know, ladies, which is really good too. Oh my God, my bathroom's so confused. Yes. Cosmetics is the one that has the pure enzyme mask, exfoliating mask. That's very good to use. And then they have a professional range called RX, and this is an SPF 30 sunscreen, and it has a reflective, properties to it. But I found when I use this with something else underneath, it helps prevent getting any further pigmentation. All right, so vitamin C, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I need to take this off my face to show you.
Many people are asking about the Ordinary and their vitamin C.
Okay, the Ordinary
and their range in general.
Yeah, so the Ordinary is interesting because we talk here a lot about active ingredients and whether you can get active ingredients in inexpensive ranges. And I am still testing out 3 of the Ordinary products, but one of them is the vitamin C 23% suspension, and I think it's going to be good. I don't want to come back to you until I've tried it out for at least a couple of weeks. And they do manage to have very minimalist packaging. So I've got another one from the Ordinary here, which is their hyaluronic acid, which is also good for pigmentation. And I'm liking that. They have very simple packaging. They deliver a high percentage of ingredients. So I do think it's great. Unlike, I'm going to down, this is so terrible, but I was actually, when I was doing this vitamin C post, I was thinking get some people to come in and send me stuff. And I got the Body Shop to send things. They have a concentrated vitamin C, and I really wanted it to work. But the smell, the smell of this vitamin C is just not, it's not good enough for me. And it's also the consistency. It's like this really, you know, if a vitamin C is concentrate, I don't want it to feel that oily on my skin. It doesn't work for me. And there's no tingle whatsoever. So I'm not convinced by Body Shop. I don't know if anyone has tried it and thought that's a great range, but I'm not convinced yet. But the Ordinary, I am thinking is good. And also, we have another 3 different brands. So I'm going to start with, what am I going to start with? Yes. Okay. Another good price point. It's about, what is it indeed? 20 something pounds or 18. Vitamin C here. I've used this before and it's vitamin C 24. This has a good proportion of the right properties in it. It tingles when you put it on. You can put it on before you put on your moisturizer and it rubs in. It's gentle tingle, it's good. So that's one choice. My other choice is pure vitamin C powder. Okay, so if you have this powder, this is Dr. C bag. I use this for quite a long time and it's a very good vitamin C. And what I tended to do in the sun, I'm just going to show you different things, ladies, is I would put vitamin C like that. God, I've used way too much, all right. And then I'd put in it a serum, a brightening serum. So I'm going to use actually Murad, which is really doing well. I've rediscovered Murad. I did it with their lip conditioning treatment a few weeks ago and an intense hydration. But this is their Active Radiance Booster Serum. Anything that's Active Radiant Boostance has got vitamin C in it. I'm going to mix that with the vitamin C. So I'm sort of doubling up on the vitamin C quantities there, rubbing it in and putting it on.
Tiffany says she's been using the vitamin C24 from Indeed.
Yeah.
But it leaves stains on her pillowcase.
Well, it's going to.
That's what
It's going to, because the problem is it's the either, you know, vitamin C is either an absorbic acid or it's a furanic acid, and they all do that because it's yellowing. So I'm afraid you got to weigh it up. What's more important? You could always put another cream on top and hope that it doesn't, or try and sleep like that. So, all right, so we've got the powder form, and another good powder form, because there's 2 powder forms I really believe in, is Julia Hunter Pure Vitamin C Powder. Those you can mix with anything. In the summer, I will mix it with my sun cream. So, piling this all on here, another good sun cream, because we're going back and forth, is La Roche-Posay Anthelios. I never know how to pronounce it. It's not Greek, but I do put it in. So I might use that, and then I might put in a vitamin C powder, and I would do this on holiday. So I'll just put in a bit of vitamin C powder. Oh my God, I put too much in again. Rub it together, and then just put it on. This is the best way for you to prevent further pigmentation and at the same time help it go away and fade. And consistent use, you know, there's some things where we sort of say it's very short-term cosmetics, but consistent use of doing this, of scrubbing with vitamin C, of using a vitamin C powder, of using a high SPF, 1 or 2 brightening serums I'm going to show you, they will help. They really will help your skin, and you'll get an even skin texture. And an even skin texture I associate with a kind of well-looking person, and also with a youthful skin, because as we age naturally, we get age spots, pigmentation, whatever you call it. And the more we can keep our skin even toned, the more, not youthful, I hate that word, but the more just energetic we're going to feel. Okay, I'm gabbling today. I'm going to take this all off now because I've got way too much sunscreen on. And we're going to talk about covering things. All right, ladies, I know you want to talk about covering things.
Trinny, have you ever tried the 12 Beauty Brightening Serum?
The what?
12 Beauty Brightening Serum.
I haven't. Federico, put it on the list.
Yeah.
Put it on the list. All right. I'm going to show you my current routine, which I have done for the last few months. I mean, I've done this a long time. Is this baby. CE Furonic. I always call it CE Furonic, but actually it's Felluric, but I call it Furonic, so you'll probably know it from me. This has got a very good, it's got ferulic acid, but it also has ascorbic acid in it, and this is my current favorite vitamin C when I'm not doing the whole Julia Hunter regime. And because it has other products in it too, when it goes on, it's not too drying, it's very brightening, and I feel it tingle still, even though I've used this for a long time. It's a barrier for whatever the weather is outside. It's a barrier to more, you know, not getting more pigmentation. Okay, all right.
Claire is asking,
yes?
vitamin C helps with redness.
Does vitamin C help with redness? Two slightly different things. Redness and I would say vitamin C helps to even your skin tone. Redness, which is more redness, rosacea, blushing too much family, you want products that take out the redness, so anti-rouge. So Aven, which is a range in Boots, they have a whole anti-rouge section, and it's sort of a lot of green-based products and things, so that does help. I'm going to show you next my things I'm doing, which are just a bit mad, but I'm really into it. Kahina, which I've been testing for 3 weeks now, and it's this Moroccan Oil. It's a brightening serum, and I mix that, it's a killer this, I mix that with Tarter Harper brightening serum, 2 brightening serums together. You might think I'm insane. Mix those together and put them on. I quite like mixing products together. If you mix a serum with an oil-based product, you have to be a bit careful that then it doesn't ball off. But this regime, I'm only actually selfishly doing this regime for me now because I'm about to go off to an investor meeting and I really need to look chirpy. Okay.
Trinny, a couple of people that have slightly less good experience with vitamin C.
Yeah. Okay.
Johanna says her face is very sore and itchy when she uses the 23%. Should she go for slightly lower?
Yes, I would go for a lower percentage. I think that is important because you've got to get your skin used to this. Because there is a very strong product as well I'm going to also talk to you about, because I used this when I was in the sun 2 years ago and I forgot to put sun cream on and I immediately got pigmentation, and it's called Advanced Pigment Corrector. This is also by SkinCeuticals, and this is something you can really target on a specific area, so you don't need to put it on your whole of where you've got it, but you know, if you had it there you would just rub it in like that. And it really, really works. It's a very good product, considering it's an off-the-shelf product. And let's say you couldn't get hydroquinone from your doctor, this is great. It's got in it the same kind of products as the CE Furonic, but stronger. All right, so anything else? Yes, another one, the Hero. I'm going to pile these all on actually. This is the Hero Project Vitamin C. And it's actually a serum, but it feels a bit oil-like. I'm going to put that on top to just tell you how it feels. Oh my God, everything went. It's got a slight opacity, it's got a nice tingling. This could be gentle, so if you're doing your 23%, you could consider doing the Hero Project. I love the Hero Project. It has 4 or 5, 4 products, Federica? 4 products, and they spend so much time and energy to really look at active ingredients. It's the same family. No, it's not. So the Hero Project is on its own, but the Ordinary is also the same company as Hylamide.
And Neod, and they are called the Abnormal Beauty Company.
The Abnormal Beauty Company, and they specialize in these very targeted ingredients. So another one also, which you can pick up in Boots, is Hylamide. This is good. I've just got my second one now, and this is the one for glow. They call it glow, so it's skin resurfacing. Okay, ladies, you've taken. I'm sorry. I'm going to do some covering up now. So let me just put on a bit of moisturizer because the bathroom is really buggered today. So I've got to just find something. I've got to find. Any other questions whilst I'm looking for a moisturizer, darling?
No, Kirsty is saying that good luck for your meeting and have a coffee to perk you up.
I know, I do need it. It's that kind of day. I do need a coffee. I'm actually oddly putting on Frankincense Cream today. I feel the need for a really rich cream. And I'll just do a quick little lifting up of the face, waking it up, waking it up.
Anthelios, would you use every day also in winter, or could you?
No, I wouldn't use Anthelios every day in winter because it is SPF 50, and as you can see today, it's a very cloudy day in London. But I do use something on my face at some stage of my routine that has at least 20 or 30 every day. So I will show you one now. But concealers. There are quite a few new color corrector products out there. So when you have a skin discoloration on your face, if you use a kind of contrasting color, it will help. So I'm going to show you something here. That looks, you think, oh my God, shall I use that? But this color can actually be very good if you've got pigment to put underneath before you put on your concealer. So I can even show you. I'm just trying to think where I can show you because I haven't at the moment. Okay, I'm just gonna put that there, and you might think, oh my God, that's red. All right, but then you follow on with another very good concealer, which I think is one of the best coverage concealers still, is Secret Camouflage by Laura Mercier. And why it's so good is you've got a combination of colours. So it's got that slight oranginess to it, and then you put the paler one on top. It comes in SC1 to SC5. This is SC4, all right, and SC3. No, that's 4 too, sorry, I'm not going to be able to show you. So with this one, I might take that first and put that on. It looks like it's darker, and then I'll put this one on top. And you can blend it in. And you can put it anywhere on your face, but it really will cover things. When I once had a bit of laser done and I burnt my face, I put this on and I covered everything. But on the other side here, where I've got my weird red, and this will just cover on top. Hang on. And it sort of goes, and then what it's going to do is, in a way, join together your pigmentation and even it out. So don't be scared by the horror of the brightness of that, all right? It can work, and it will even. Whilst we're on these colour correctors, by the way, they're by Becca, I'm sorry. There are different ones. So there's a really bright red. If you have a more olivesy skin, you could put that on first and then put on your concealer. They also have a blue one, or a lilac-y one, to sort of, and then they have a green one. So they all do different things. So the lilac one, if you put on, it's sort of luminous. I'm just going to show you under here. I'm having a real mishmash. And then I'm going to use, what concealer should I use on top?
I don't think, Trinny, you meant that it's bad for you to use a factor 50 all year long.
No, I don't mean it's bad. I mean just, you know, no, I don't mean it's bad. I think if you use a factor 50 all year long and you have a good one and it doesn't clog your pores and it has something else in it too, I think that's great. I really do. I think that it's a good way to look after your skin. And as much as I love to feel I've got a bit of sun on my face, I also know that long term I'd rather get it with a gentle bronzer or a little bit of bronzing gel. I think I wouldn't put my skin too much in the sun anymore. And I think as you get older, there's a higher propensity for pigmentation. Can I just show you the Secret Camouflage? I forgot how good it is, because under my eye, really, I don't know how many of you were watching at the beginning, it wasn't very good.
About dark circles, actually.
Yeah, dark circles. I mean, this is a dreamy product. You know, sometimes you don't have to go for the newest product to find the best product. Okay, so I'm going to use my little favourite brushes. I'm now going to go to my meeting, ladies, so I'm sorry, it's been very disjointed, this pigmentation one, and I hope you've got a bit of information. I do think that there's very long-term solutions out there. I think if you really are having a problem with it, you can go and talk to your doctor. You can consider Hydroquinone Cream. It's a skin lightening cream, but you have to be very careful how you use it. If you use it on a much darker skin, you know, I think ultimately Michael Jackson used a variation of that before he went on skin peeling, so it's a strong product. And you can look at different lasers now, that there are some that really help to even out skin tone. But there's nothing better than every day using something with vitamin C in it. And I'm going to finish off very quickly with 3 Good Day products, which we all love. Some ladies have said, oh, do you remember This one, Complexion Rescue by Bare Minerals. They have about 20 colours and it's got SPF 30 in it. So that's a really good daily, when you said should use SPF 50 every day, you can use this one. So I love this product. I'm gonna bung everything on today. Bunging that on one side. Okay, and then I also love, for a cheap choice, and we reviewed this last week, the BB Anti-Aging Cream from Superdrug, and it is SPF 20, I think. Do you remember, Federica?
Yes,
I think it's SPF 20. I'll put that on my forehead. It's got a very nice consistency, and it's quite moisturizing. So that protection, ladies. Their light is quite dark. And then on the other side of my face, God, I'm just going to go to a meeting and they'll wonder what I look like. What else do I really like at the moment for SPF? There was some, okay. If you have a paler skin and you want a luminosity, there is this range which is Omrotsikova, and she is she Polish or Hungarian?
I think she's Hungarian.
I think she's Hungarian, and she does an SPF 30, and it's a 20. But anyway, it's a skin illuminator. I'm just going to put that up here. There are so many products with SPF in them at the moment, but I kind of like this. It's a little bit light for me, but there's something very nice about the look of your face afterwards.
Many people are saying, thank you for covering pigmentation.
I'm
Good luck with your meeting.
Thank you, darling. I'm sorry, ladies, that I just was all over the shop today. I think it's having disorder in my bathroom. I'm not good when my whole bathroom has fallen apart. So now I'm looking for blusher. I think I should probably love you and leave you. But I will just finish off so you can see what I'm doing today. I'm going to use Smashbox Lip and Cheek. It's a sort of easy colour. It's quite a nice colour with gold. It's a sort of soft apricot-y, pinky colour. It gives a little glow. I need a little glow today. There we go. And you know what, I'm going to very quickly finish off now. I'm going to do an eye with you because you always ask me about an eye. And I'm going to do an eye with my favourite new colours. Really nice new colours. Okay. Do we still have anyone there, darling?
Yes.
We do. All right, sorry.
Many people just saying, Donna is saying, you could never look better, Trinny.
You are delightful because I so need to hear that this morning. I so need to hear that. I have discovered, and I never was doing this because I always do cream-based products, but a few ladies like a powder eyeshadow, and I have found again a brand which has the most beautiful pressed shadows, and I'm opening them all up for you now. It's Métier de Beauty. There they are. And I'm going to do one eye with a bit of them on. This is, I know that you might ask the colour, but it's a sort of, it's like a very nice lilac-y taupey colour. Very easy colour. This is great for green eyes. This is great for nearly every shade eye, just to make your eye slightly pop.
Trinny, Gula is sending love from Iceland.
Oh, hello! Hello. I was watching, Iceland. Yes, I have a friend of mine who lives in Iceland. Okay, there's a bit of that. And then I'm going to add a bit of taupey on top. So, darling, here, take them and tell them what the names are. Because I don't have the name. I'm just gonna, oh my goodness, do you see I've nearly given myself black eye? But I'm just going to make that a little. That's very, I do my eyes in a very haphazard fashion. And I'm just going to end with a little eye pencil. I'm really doing a makeup look today. And none of them are going to be sharpened, but I'm just going to do, no, that's not sharp. Oh, this one is. Okay, Charlotte Tilbury. It's a sort of purpley colour. And when I do my eyes, I put a little bit down here, across my fake lashes. I do a little bit underneath, and I sort of smudge it. I don't do a hard line ever. Just smudge it.
Love from Portugal, love from Belgrade, love from Poland, from Australia.
Oh, God, ladies, Australia, you must be up so late. You must be up so late. You know, I have one of my very good old friends. Lives in Sydney, called Eloise, and if she watches this at all, I just want to say I love you, and I had a lovely conversation with her yesterday. She's a very old friend of my ex-husband, and he had died 2 years ago on Saturday, and we kind of had a little day of remembering him. And I just had a lovely long conversation with her. And I always feel warm thoughts when I think of Australia. And I miss her very much. All right, ladies. I'm going to just put on some eyebrow. No, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that when I'm gone, because now I'm just going to get ready, and I'm nearly ready now. But thank you so much for watching. Sorry it was so fragmented. And on Wednesday, I'm going to have a colonic live on Facebook around lunchtime. So if you're interested in colonics and you want to know, are they worth doing? I'm only going to be there for the second time in my life. Join me for a live colonic on Wednesday.